Hello, everybody, and welcome to Light of Illumis. How are you all doing today?
Excellent.
Good.
Very well.
Good, good. We are here on the final segment of our campaign. We don't even need the recap because last session, clearly you've watched it, and it was quite memorable. So, where are we now? Minus the recap. Where are we? Who can tell me?
Alive.
Well,
Yes.
We
Yeah,
just
we
made
are-
it past the gauntlet of zombies.
Yes.
Yes.
yeah, we're on the shore outside Milfaldor on a boat, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah, we have a lot of feelings.
Mhm.
A lot of feelings about what just happened.
Guess the
Mhm.
stone is usable after all.
Yeah.
Mm,
Or reusable. Yeah.
How does
Yeah,
it
so-
look, Neil, the stone? It looks the same or what?
Yeah, now that you've got it pulled out and you're looking at it and it's rock and give me a successful perception and intelligence check.
Okay.
Can
Can
I
cast the
also
detect
do
magic
it?
here to
Yes, both of you,
yeah.
please.
Okay.
Can I
would
use detect
also
magic
like...
here to
Yes.
inform my perception?
If you would like to.
Yeah, I don't know if that benefits me, but
So
here's
you
the
said
perception.
perception and what?
Intelligence.
Perception
Boom.
and intelligence. Ugh, it's
Helen
not a good day
fails.
for... Helen feels terrible after this whole thing. She's in disarray.
What's happened is Kerberos, as a cleric of Felumbra, saw his life flash before his eyes. He thought he was about to die, and he realized that he had more to live for. And now he's, because he thought when his time came that he'd be ready to embrace Felumbra, to return to her. But in that last moment, he thought, I have to finish this mission. I must survive.
Mhm.
And so now he's firing on all cylinders. And that's why I'm rolling 17 and a 16.
Beautiful rolls there. With those two rolls, you can indeed see that the stone is ever so slightly smaller. You specifically remember, like, there's a bit of an edge on one part of the rock that was just a little bit rough,
No.
and now it's
Mhm.
just a little bit, it's a little bit more
But-
rounded. It's not quite so pokey.
If I had to guess,
Mhm.
how many times do I feel like I could do that same thing that's just happened before the stone were to be completely gone? Like in the order of magnitude. 5 times? 50 times?
You're looking at the stone, and
500.
it's, there's a lot in there. Somewhere, if we're talking orders of magnitude,
Yeah.
it's definitely more than 10. It's probably more than 100. It's probably not 1,000.
Ooh.
So somewhere between 100 and 1,000 more times. And even that is like a rough guesstimate. You'd have to probably like get some weights and measures out there because you're only really noticing one small
Sure.
change. If it's just that one change, then maybe 1,000 times. But if that was like an even change, you can only detect it in one spot, maybe 100 times.
But what we've just witnessed was an incredible display of power, the likes of which, happens once in a lifetime. Right?
Yeah.
I think maybe this is possible. I think Kerberos just kind of felt like he was going on a suicide mission, but now maybe this can actually work because that is an ungodly amount of power there.
Yeah.
Sure is.
I look at the faces of the other clerics to see if they seem to think the same way Kerberos feels, or have this look in their eyes that says, delicious stone. I wish it was mine.
I never said that.
No, your eyes looked pure, right?
Yeah, true.
He said, my precious.
I'm determined as always. After seeing that miracle, I'm even more convinced it'll work.
Yeah.
Once we get sail, I have some words, I guess.
Yeah, I actually kind of think that because of what happened, we should just go ahead and identify her wand anyway, because it'll only help us, and there's no downside to it.
She did just save our lives.
Yeah.
Oh,
She can-
I respect your opinion, dear brothers, but I feel like we shouldn't put the mission at risk right now. I doubt that a simple
When have we ever put the
Scepter.
mission at risk?
multiple times. Do you truly need an example?
So we get to the ship with all of our minions intact, and between us, can we like finagle how to use this ship properly?
Mm-hmm. Those assistants of yours, they're not only good for hauling dead weight, but one of them has spent some time on a boat before. And I think Sister Helen, you've traveled by boat many times in your life. I don't know how much you know about sailing exactly, but if you're just going down the coast with the current, it's probably not too bad. Well, actually, the current.
So
it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I'm like in some room with the person who knows about the sailing, the navigator.
Mm-hmm. That's a strong word to use in this case.
Yeah, sure. Maybe I'm even just on the deck looking out across the strait to Gadia.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, so what's the plan here? Do we go across the strait or go around?
The
I heard
navigator
weird
says,
things in Milfaldor about this strait.
I don't trust my sailing abilities at all. We should stay as close to land as possible. We get halfway between here and Gadia and something goes awry, and I wouldn't do that.
Okay, well, let's stick to this side of the coast then, I suppose.
Fair enough.
Well, no time to waste. We could all do with a rest, but I think we should at least set sail. Who knows?
Maybe we can rest on the boat.
Yeah, the dead may climb aboard if we wait too long.
Off into the waters you go, setting out from Milfeldur, keeping the land to your right side and heading down the coastline. I think this is where the Cleric of Tempos had some words for us.
Ah, yes. During the very beginning of the journey, I'd like to ask Minnie, what was it like using the stone?
Minnie turns her eyes towards you, and you definitely see some sort of glittering happening in there. You know? It felt magnificent. For the first time in my life, when I used that basic, ordinary magic missile spell, I could feel it in every inch of my body. I could feel the magic coursing from my toes to the tips of my skull. I could feel it all the way out in my ears. I was able to hold in mind the exact location of every creature on the ground before me. Even before the spell was finished casting, I could see each creature around me and know its exact precise location. I felt aware of everything. I felt alive from everything. I felt like I could feel the difference between living and dead, even with my eyes closed. I felt like I could see the ground beneath me mapped out in my mind. It was like looking outside of the cave for the first time. It was like seeing the sun for the first time. It was a sip of cool water after you've been in the desert for 100 years.
You've mentioned a lot of firsts. Was it difficult to use? Should we practice?
I didn't have any trouble. But then again, I am a experienced wizard who has spent a lifetime studying these divine, arcane arts. Perhaps those of you who have spent more time asking for powers instead of creating them yourselves might need some practice or help.
I'll address Helen and the group of clerics. Well, we have quite a journey, and I think when we're doing the actual ritual, we should be well practiced in using the stone. shouldn't we take some time to try out using it during our trip?
I think that sounds like a great idea. Oh, wait. Are you just saying this to Helen or all of us?
Yeah, to all of us.
Oh, I think that sounds like a great idea.
I feel like it could go very, very wrong.
Nick, I think you got muted.
Oh.
Oh.
What would you suggest to do?
Nothing in particular. Cast a spell while holding the stone, and
The wand
get the
again,
feel of
I
it.
think, could work.
Just because you roll a dice and get a 20 the first time you roll it doesn't mean you'll get one every time you do it again.
Yeah, but maybe just having done it once will make it easier in the future.
Or you could blow a hole in the ship and doom us all.
Better we do it now than later.
Well, I would disagree with that. I would rather we do it wrong at the moment of the ritual with a chance of doing it right than fail our whole quest right now, right away, not even getting to the moment.
Okay, a correction then. We could every evening dock for a little bit and then practice a little bit on land.
You know, this could go horribly, horribly wrong.
That's why we do it now instead of during the actual event.
But what do you seek to learn?
How
What if
to
it's not a
harness
matter of
the
skill?
power of the stone.
What if it's chance?
What if it isn't chance?
I would feel comfortable with us studying it without us using it. We haven't really looked at it all that much, but I don't feel like it would be right to use its power without a godly, holy purpose.
What if it is our purpose to practice it before, similar to any performer, you must practice the ritual before actually performing the ritual? I think it's a simple request. We shan't use the stone for much until, I mean, we should just try it once and then see if it works.
We've tried it once, it worked.
I mean, each, to make sure we can use it. Because I do think that during the ritual, we should all touch the stone. And seeing the power used there, I think if we all hurl our desire to cast away all the undead into the sun, that will work. But we need to make sure that we know how to use the stone.
This thing has survived since the creation of the world. And it hasn't made it this far by just being subject to random tests and flights of fancy. I strongly disagree with this course of action. But I'll succumb to the group majority.
No,
It seems like we are tied.
yes, I agree with
Minnie, what do you think? Should we practice? You're the tiebreaker.
no, Minnie won't be a tiebreaker in this holy matter. I'm sorry, Minnie. I really appreciate what you did for us this time, but I already know your vote before you even speak. Please go ahead and tell me what you think, but...
I respect our cleric's position in this situation. You know what you're doing, and you're confident in it. So be it. My opinion here does not matter.
Thank you, Minnie, for those wise words. He's looking at the other two clerics.
I just hope you trust me now.
Yes,
We are weary from battle. Oh, sorry.
I would like to thank you, Minnie. You certainly have shown your true colors by saving us and this holy mission yesterday. It is duly noted.
Sensing the tension here, I'll say, we're very weary from battle. We've barely escaped with our lives. Why don't we allow ourselves the night to rest and meditate on this matter, and perhaps we can come to some agreement in the morning.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Well,
Where is the stone that night?
I'd like
Was
to hold on to
Helen
it
takes
for-
it in the box.
Yeah.
What's the sleeping arrangements like on the ship?
the ship is not great. There's no below hold of any real value. Definitely not anything that you would be comfortable sleeping in. So everyone's just out on the deck of this rather small fishing boat is even generous.
I sleep near Helen on the stone.
How many nights do we estimate the trip will take us?
At this point, it's somewhere between 4 and 10, because you guys are really bad with the boat and don't know what you're doing.
Okay.
Before going to sleep, I'll make sure to cast sacred. I'll cast a spell on Helen.
Helen, do you accept the spell?
I will ask you what he's trying to cast on me first.
It's the usual watching over you spell, Sacred Guardian, to make sure that no harm comes onto you.
I accept the spell.
Great.
I somehow still trust Bertold. I believe he's a very, logical cleric that is following his god's will. Fate worked out, and yeah, still trusting his faith.
That will last 5 days, so I will just refresh that every 4 days.
Excellent.
Before bed that night, I've got some healing spells to cast. So I'm going to do a light wounds on Helen. That's 8. A light wounds on whoever's token this is.
That's Berthold?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's me.
2. And
Thanks.
then another one for you. A moderate wounds of another 8.
Thank you very much. I feel much better.
Mm-hmm.
You see me less singed.
Yeah. All right, and then I just sleep near the stone just in case Minnie or my other party members get any ideas.
Okay.
Oh, I want to say that Helen also wants to note the courage displayed in battle of Kerberos, and the fate somehow playing in our favor today. Although it did seem grim and the recommendations were somehow doubted.
Yeah. That next morning, Neil, if we can skip to the next day.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get up somewhat early, when the sun rises, and I'm going to make a little cup of tea for me and Helen. I'm going to wake her up and hand her the cup of tea. Here you go. And I'll lower
good.
my voice and say, I think we could do with having a chat. Do you want to, and I motion over to the other side of the ship so we can talk.
Sure, of course. What trouble you, fellow brother?
What troubles me is what Bertolt and Cornelius are going to want to do today. Minnie says she doesn't have an opinion, but at the end of the day, we are outnumbered. They want to test things. It's my view that you coming into possession of this stone, us meeting, us being on this quest, is the divine will of the Pantheon, together, working as one, to banish the dastardly undead. The casting of the magic missile spell yesterday saved our life. It was necessary for us to survive and complete our mission. I believe that the only reason it worked was because the gods needed it to work so that we could complete our task. I think if we were to take that as a pass to carry on as we will and make use of this thing as we fancy it, then we are surely doomed. We must do everything in our power to make sure that Bertolt and Cornelius do not get to test their magics on this stone.
I completely agree with you. This is exactly the same thoughts I woke up with. I am worried that we are indeed outnumbered, but I'm hoping they will respect, indeed, this group being assembled. Their faith in this mission should, let them move past this idea that we would be shutting down today. I believe it is more important to complete the mission than to, test it out over and over with a bigger risk.
Sister Helen, you are a shining beacon of hope and generosity, and your good nature is the stuff of legends, but you can at times be naive, and I just caution you to be on your guard today. Make sure that they don't get inside your head. Remember what we spoke about.
I agree. Along this journey, I realize how naive I've been so many times. Between the first thief we met, I thought I could talk my way out of it. to this moment with, Minnie. She did turn out to be quite nice after all. However, she did save us yesterday. She could have just taken up and left.
The god's intervention.
You're correct. It must be the gods. It must be the gods' intervention.
Indeed. Well, let's head back to the group so we don't raise too many suspicions.
Yes, of course.
I wander back.
Well, everyone gets up eventually. There's not much to do today other than sit on the boat, occasionally helping to paddle as you head through the street of Amen. Any particular things that need to be done today? Any discussions to be had? It'll be quite some time before you get to Weatherlight, and even then, it'll take some more time to head down the coast to Heatstroke. I don't know if you want to stop in Weatherlight or whether you want to just move on.
Well, do we need to? Do we have enough food and water that we don't need to stop in Weatherlight?
You believe you have enough food. There was a barrel of water on the docks near Milfaldur that you rolled onto your boat, so you should have enough water too. If the dice go poorly and it takes you a long time to get to Weatherlight, you might run out, but we haven't made that roll yet.
Is Weatherlight one of those places where you can see from the coast, or do you actually need to steer inland?
You need to steer into the bay to
I
get a
also
good
have
idea.
create food and water spells, so I don't think we'll.
Okay, that's fine then.
There you go.
As for discussions, what I just spoke, I won't mention anything to do with the stone. Like, if it can just be ignored and not talked about, then that's all for the better.
Yeah, I don't bring it up the first day.
Yeah.
Can we just put our characters to full health, or do you want us to like roll heals every night?
Let me
well, I can
see
do more.
how far we get.
Okay.
I can do some more heals now for this next day if we're ending the day.
Yeah, it'll take 6 days to get from Milfaldur to Weatherlight. So if you've got healing spells, throw them down. But I think 6 days of healing.
Yeah.
Well, this is just
I
the
have
first
moderate
day, so
and
that's for
light,
Helen.
and he has moderate and light, so I feel like we
Oh,
can
yeah.
heal the party.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
no
yeah. I
problem.
think we'll be fine. Okay, we won't worry about it then.
I mean, I don't max out I do it over days just in case we get attacked or something like that. I
Right.
have other spells.
Right.
It is a peaceful journey through the Strait of Amen. A little bit spooky, because as you go through the strait, you don't see a single other ship the whole time. This is once a very common shipping lane throughout Arcadia, and you don't see any other boats anywhere. You do see a whole series of shipwrecks on the northern coast, and then as you're passing through this area right here, you'll see some shipwrecks on the northern coast, and as you're passing through this part of the strait, you'll see a whole series of shipwrecks on the southern coast as well, like packed together all in one spot. But no other living vessels. In fact, no people. No little campfires down along the coast on the south side. Nothing happening in the woods on the north side. It's just quiet journey.
Anything to explain the shipwrecks? Do they look like they've run aground, or
Give
we
me
see?
a perception check and a intelligence check.
Okay.
You know, they're two. Actually, the ones on the southern side, you will be close enough to make to see. The ones on the north side, you can't quite tell. On the southern side, well, with the 13 on your intelligence check, you just see that their sails are sort of tattered and the holes are ripped open, but it's hard to tell if they were like ripped open in a storm or if they were like crashed intentionally or if someone if they were rammed into by another ship. But you can see that there is significant hull damage on the sides.
I come over to Cornelius as he's looking across the bow of the ship to the shipwrecks, and I put a hand on his shoulder and I say, "You should steel yourself, Cornelius. It's only going to get worse from here on out. I've heard tales of what lies await for us in Heatstroke, and it's worse than a few destroyed ships.
what have you heard?
That the ground is covered with flesh, and that monsters from outside this realm of existence prowl the land."
Well, what does that have to do with the ships being wrecked out at sea, you think?
I don't know. Who knows? This entire country has been laid to waste in recent times.
So
You just looked concerned.
he's right to be concerned. Shipwrecks are very concerning. In fact, on the first shipwreck we encounter, I make sure to cast Blessed Watchfulness, and I'll cast it twice per day while I'm awake. And then on there.
Is that onto you, or onto whom are
That's
you
on
casting?
me.
I'll also be casting that onto myself.
So blessed.
Very blessed in the
Yes.
watchfulness.
Yes, very, very watchful. So holy. Can I say that at every night I would, it's already on my character sheet, but I would use locate object to make sure I still have the right stone. Ever since ever since I've been told to keep an eye on it and stop being so naive, I realized that anybody could swap the stone at any time. So I want to look every night to make sure I still have the right stone.
That's good.
Yes, you have the right stone.
Every night I feel a small relief. And I also would like to, I'll take into account what the other cleric said. I will not cast spells while having it, but I would like to study it if that's something that could be done. Like, you know, look at it, weigh it, you know, do a prayer while holding it in my hand, but not like a magical prayer, like a regular prayer. You know, spend more time with it.
Yeah, you can spend time with the stone and sort of familiarize yourself with it.
Yeah.
It looks so ordinary, and it feels so ordinary most of the time. But every time you cast Detect Magic, or every time you cast Locate Object, you can feel that it's just pulsing with power hidden beneath the surface.
That's it. That's truly it. Yeah.
I might try and speak to Minnie at some point during our journey.
She's very quiet through this whole journey, very introspective and reflective, and keeping to herself with an eye in the distance, kind of waiting for danger, expecting some sort of trouble. But go ahead and have your conversation.
Yeah, so I think I'm just going to like sit down next to her, maybe day 3 or something like that, and say, I suppose I should thank you for saving our lives.
Yes, you should.
You know, oh fuck, there's people screaming outside the window.
Those are not some holy words.
You originally wanted the stone to identify a wand. Shortly after what we experienced in Milfaldor, you realized that you're bringing a +5 sword to a knife fight, for lack of a better analogy. You know, now that you know what it's capable of, have you had time to think about what you would do if the stone remains once we're done?
Well, my choices are to abide by our deal, use it to identify my wand, which I otherwise will never be able to use, or I can kill you all in your sleep and take it for myself. But
Well,
considering there are 4 divine clerics on a holy quest, and I don't want myself to become the subject of a vengeance quest. I don't know if you've heard, but there is a powerful vengeance cleric over in Eridon, in Drekis right now. I would hate to incur his ire.
you're paranoid.
It's not paranoia, if you're correct.
I wasn't accusing you of betraying us. I meant, you know, now that you know what it's capable of, and if you had access to it, what would you do? Surely some great feat could be achieved, much like what we're trying to do. What would you do?
If it were to be in my hands for all time, I would be extremely careful. I would take it home. I would weigh it. I would measure it from every angle. I would read as much as I can about it, surreptitiously. I would take my time to slowly probe its secrets in the safest, most careful way possible.
Typical wizard answer, I suppose. I don't know what I expected. Well,
I'm sure you would just prey on it.
indeed, I have been. I shall leave you to your pondering, Minnie. But thank you. I wanted to say that.
You're welcome.
I woke up. That was an interesting answer. So I leave her to her pondering. Yeah.
Well, Weatherlight comes and Weatherlight goes. You can see in the little bay as you cross in front of it that there are dozens of small boats bobbing in the waters of the bay. Looks like people out there fishing. You can make out a few silhouettes in the distance. There's definitely life there. Human life, actively living off of the bay, but you still see no ships out in the ocean. Days later, you round the coast and begin to head south towards Heatstroke. It's taken about 14 days from Milfaldur until Heatstroke comes into view as your little boat runs against the current, struggling to make headway with oars from all of the people assembled and the call it lackluster tacking of your inexperienced sailors.
Can we do a brief pause at Weatherlight? Something
yes.
I wanted to. Okay. So, back at just as we were leaving the Weatherlight area, I state one fine morning when all the clerics are gathered, a revelation came to me through Tempos. I have the perfect way to figure out whether or not all of us holding onto the stone should be part of the ritual while channeling our undead spell.
I mean,
Please, yeah.
We see as we clerics of Tempos are clerics of fate. We know whether or not certain actions can be good, and what I realized is perhaps a way to relieve you of your fear. I will cast Unfailing Premonition before trying out this stone, and then I'll be able to figure out whether or not me channeling Turn Undead while using it is a bad idea.
Can you tell us what Unfailing Premonition does?
Yeah. Can we see the
simple.
spell description?
A vision of Tempos himself will send me a vision of whether or not this is a good or bad idea. If it is a bad idea, then I will get all sorts of tingly, for lack of a better description.
Well, I don't know your god, but I think I trust this plan. I am in. It's unfailing, after all.
That's correct. The spell is Unfailing Premonition.
I love it.
It is in the name of the prayer, indeed. Indeed, there are two options in the ritual that we've talked about. We could have the grand finale be that we all touch the stone, or it could simply be that I, Sister Ellen, hold on to the stone while casting Sunscorch on myself. So indeed, that could be...
Wait, what did you just say the ritual was? You're casting Sunscourge on yourself?
Yes, I thought we discussed this. As a way to bring down the sun to connect with us, we need to have a conduit, and I could be the conduit.
Helen, if this was to work, you would surely be killed in the process.
I don't recall this.
I don't recall this at all.
Discussion. I feel like we've discussed having a grand act in the grand finale involving. This.
Helen, I think.
I
what you're getting
disagree with
confused is
this
that
plan.
I think you wrote it down on some pieces of paper and stuck it around the
Yeah, I might have
cart.
noticed this.
Yeah, I don't recall.
I'm not sure that everyone read it.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe I just drew up a plan that nobody looked at cautiously. It did involve.
For what it's
What-
worth, I think it's not a bad idea, but it will certainly result in your death. But it opens a
Yes.
conduit between the stone and Illumis.
And you know how gods like their grand sacrifices. I'm pretty sure submitting my life to this great event would be the best way for me to complete my life's goal.
Isn't it better if we send your deity far more energy by hurling all of our wishes of turn undead into the sun? We don't need the ritual to be you immolating yourself. We should send your goddess the energy she needs.
I feel like we could potentially do both. You could touch on the stone while channeling Turn Undead, and I could cast Sunscorch to ensure that it reaches the sky.
Helen, you are so keen to meet Falumbra?
Yes, it sounds like.
Well, I truly have been believing that this has been my life's mission. I do not have any other duty to fulfill past this point. I was born
Have kids later in life or something.
I do not have such aspiration. My only aspiration is to rid the world of the unholy undead. I will gladly sacrifice my life for this.
Did Illumis ask you to do this? Because if not, I don't think she would appreciate this.
I believe this is what the gods want. It cannot be a coincidence. It does feel like it is my fate, considering I was born at exactly noon on the solstice, and if you take a look at the calendar, we are approaching this again. I feel like it is truly my life's work to complete this journey at exactly solstice on my birthday.
If that's how you feel, Helen, and you feel like that's your life's work, then I think you should do it.
I appreciate your support.
Falumbra has a plan for us all. We need to be who we are, not lie to ourselves. Fulfill your intentions as honestly as you can.
If everybody wants to put their hand of the stone when this is going to happen, I will not stop you. But I do know that using the stone is truly dangerous. That's why when you're saying we should practice on it, I do believe you're risking your life every time you handle this stone and cast magic through it.
However, I
do
have
think
heard
it is-
tale of clerics of Tempos being able to foretell bad actions before they happen. So I do believe that Bertolt could carry out this test.
We could also, perhaps, does this only apply to your actions, Berthold, or is it to anybody's actions?
I think it's only his actions.
Yes, I can cast this on other people.
So, okay. And it can be any time in the future, or does it have to be something coming up?
It would only be for, let me do some calculations. 5 times 2, 10, 11 minutes.
In the future?
11 minutes in the future, yes.
Okay, understood.
And it is a 3rd level spell, of which I can only cast 1.
I would just make a final play. I do think that what you're planning could work. And in terms of that, you'd be able to tell if it was a bad idea beforehand. But this magic that we're meddling with here, it's divine in nature from the creation of the world. I don't think we should be frivolous in handling it. This is not some wizard's experiment to calculate and monitor, I say, looking over it, Minnie. This is a gift from the gods for a specific purpose. I don't think we should tempt fate, I say, looking at Bertolt.
What if it's fate that we have a long journey ahead of us and we are wasting our time not practicing? What if we don't? What if it is a mockery of fate to not practice a ritual before doing it?
Or what if it is fate itself that gave him the powers to have this spell, and we have such a tool at our disposal to use with the stone?
Cornelius, you just seek to bring chaos to our situation here.
I am fully on board with Berthold's plan.
Bertolt, if you want to do this because you think it is ordained by fate, then so be it. But search your heart. If you are motivated by greed and by curiosity, then turn away.
I have said this since day one. The only thing that I want to do is see all undead rid from this land.
Then so be it. Before the ritual, what is it, 11 minutes before? Feel free to see if the way to do it is for you to be touching the stone.
I think that today is the day we should figure this out
He means
instead of
to
on the
test it
ritual
now.
day.
Well, if
How
we
would you test it today if it's only 14 minutes ahead?
Right.
Oh, then it'll, because I will approach the stone with the intent to channel turn undead with it while casting it into the sun.
we'll be lacking
you want
the solstice
to-
time.
A practice run, if you will.
I do not feel comfortable with this at all. I don't mind you using that spell right before the ritual to make sure we're doing the right steps, but
No,
I
he's not
don't.
going to actually do it. He's just going to ask if it would be a good idea.
Oh,
He'd
so
be
you don't
stopped
need
from
the
doing
stone?
it if there was no problem. No, he needs the stone, but the point is that if it were to be a bad idea, then he would be warned before taking the action.
Right.
If he's not warned, then it means that there should be no negative consequence.
We could
I
also
nod.
do the same thing about you immolating yourself and see if that's a great idea or not.
Yes.
I don't need fate to tell me whether this is or isn't a great idea. I know it in my heart that this is what I'm meant to do.
We all must be true to ourselves. And this is why I don't blame Cornelius for his meddling.
So, what about it? Shall we use this next 10 minutes extremely well? We will figure out if the ritual, as we've ordained it, is good by this mini test of me intending to turn undead into the sun while holding the stone.
I do not believe meddling with the stone ahead of the ritual is the right thing to do. We used it once to save ourselves, to protect this mission, but we aren't in dire need to save ourselves right now. This feels like using a powerful tool of the gods for experimentation.
Well, I will tell you that while I was dreaming this day as we were passing Weatherlight, Tempos came to me and said, "You should try this."
I search his eyes. Is he lying? Can I do like an opposed perception? Can I just do something? Because I feel like that's quite a big lie to tell if he is lying.
Give me a charisma check.
Okay.
23 is
23.
not a bad charisma check. How do we determine if he's lying, though? What
Right,
is it that
no,
you
I
think
mean,
is
just-
a lie? That he did, that Tempos didn't come to
I don't
him?
think.
Or
I
that...
don't. That maybe he didn't see the vision. Yeah, just seemed very convenient.
Well,
Okay,
brother,
fine. There's
why
no
don't
answer
you,
you can
All
give
right,
me.
I sent Neil a private message.
no, I can't check my private messages right now without ruining the cameras.
Oh,
We're in a precarious situation.
I suspect
Twitter.
that Bertolt
Twitter DM me.
okay.
might be lying.
I just don't want to. I mean, I sent him I sent him basically that yes, I am telling the truth, but
Okay.
I can't. He has to tell you that.
He
I
seems
can't tell you
genuine. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. If you want to tell me out of character, you tell the truth. I think that it would come across as genuine. I'll go back to Helen and say, like, sort of lower my voice as if we're talking between the two of us, but I'm not necessarily trying to make it so that no one can hear. And say, I know what we spoke about, but if he really does cast this spell,
that. DM sent.
this might be our best chance to do this safely. If they're going to keep insisting, it could prove troublesome. Maybe let them do it this one time under the protection of this spell, satisfy their curiosity, and then move on from there.
Can you re-explain to me what you want to do? Because I don't understand how it's gonna solve everything.
It's simple. I am a cleric of fate and time. By casting unfailing premonition on myself, I can tell as I touch the stone and as I'm about to cast Turn Undead into the sun, whether or not this is a terrible idea.
will you have to cast a spell after touching the stone?
I need to actually carry through my plan in order for Tempos to tell me, because otherwise he wouldn't know if I was going to do it. I need to carry out exactly what I plan to do.
But it will not be the same at all when you think about it, because this is just you randomly out of nowhere casting Turn Undead into the sun. You're not in the right spot. We're not doing the ritual. You're not holding the ceremonial clothes. Of course it will not work. It will only work when all the conditions are assembled for it to work.
Oh, yes, but this is just to see whether or not the stone will blow up.
Well, it will just tell you if it will blow up for now in this context, but not in the rightful context.
I think it suffices as a trial run.
A trial run for what? For knowing that your spell casting will work in predicting the outcome of said spellcasting?
It will warn us of any dangers in using this stone, in which case we do need to practice.
Or we don't, because it is dangerous to use the stone anytime.
But any immediate danger would be warned. He'd be warned by the spell, so the ship shouldn't blow up. The stone shouldn't destroy us all.
Well, he will carry...
The worst outcome is that perhaps
what
it will lose
happens
some power.
if
Didn't
you intend to carry through with it, and then we stop you? You wouldn't be lying to your god, but it wouldn't be carrying out the action either.
I fear that if we agree to that, then it would destroy the intent. If he knows that we're going to stop him, you should have said this to us in private.
So we will not stop him.
We aren't going to stop you. I just want to know.
That's a stupid idea. Let's definitely not do that.
I think it's a great idea. You think Timpos will smite us?
No, I'm saying that, like, for it to work, Bertolt needs to think that we're not going to stop him, because if he knows he's going to get stopped, then the spell might not work, if you know what I mean. So I'm trying to say that out loud, as if to say, no, that's a terrible idea, we won't do it. So the Bertolt's like, okay, then
I nod. Yes, best for you not to disrupt me.
Okay, we won't.
But what happens if
Actually,
you,
we'll not.
let's say your unfailing premonition says that this is a terrible idea, then you're still going to cast your spell and it might explode and kill us all immediately?
No.
No, I don't have to carry out with the plan if unveiling premonition tells me it's a bad idea.
Yes. This is what I'm saying, Helen. This might be the safest way to go about it.
But don't you have to carry on with the plan if it says it's fine? Can you
If
stop
it's fine,
yourself?
yes.
If it says it's fine, can you stop
No,
yourself?
if it's fine, he has to go through with it.
Which we will all allow.
Yes, which we will allow.
I would have no reason to stop if I thought it was fun.
There's a perhaps. No, never mind. I won't say it. It's fine.
Get them.
I do think Helen has a point, though, Bertolt. I'm not sure what much there is to be gained by this course of action. I agree with you that it's unlikely to end in the ship blowing up, but I'm not sure that you'll really garner any useful information.
I think the useful information would be whether or not we can, if there is a danger in me using this during the safest of times, then we should steel ourselves for when we are all touching the stone and casting Turn Undead. Perhaps we should have practiced then, and then perhaps we can use this last week to practice using the stone.
In my view, there is no practice. It's only do the gods see it just for it to happen. I believe that when Minnie saved our lives, they saw it as just, and so it was allowed to happen. I believe that when we're atop the pyramid, ready to banish the undead from the daylight, they will see it as just and let it happen. You testing it here, I'm not so certain about. Maybe it works, maybe it
Did you
doesn't.
know that as a follower, as an acolyte of fate and time, sometimes fate only works if you practice? For example, suppose that you are a master carpenter. When you were just a kid, you could not build a masterful house, even though that was your destiny. It took years of practice. Similarly, perhaps we are not fated to use the stone correctly the first time, but we need to practice it before the ritual.
I nod and take a step back and look to Helen. and shrug and say, I think we may have to let him go through with this.
I don't understand though. I don't understand what you would learn, because basically what you're telling me is if it tells you in unfailing premonition that you shouldn't do it, then we should do it. And if it tells you it's fine to do it, then we should do it. I don't see.
I'm telling you that if I get a vision, essentially, that there will be danger, then that means that we need to practice using it before the ritual itself.
So if it tells you we shouldn't do it, then you think we should do it.
It means
And if
we
it
should
tells-
practice.
But if it allows you to do it, then you think we should still do it as well. So basically, no matter what,
No.
your
So
spell will not change
if
the
it
outcome
warns
of
me-
anything.
If it warns me, then we should practice. But if it doesn't warn me, then we don't need to practice.
This makes no sense whatsoever, because if it warns you, we should respect what your god is telling you, which is not to meddle with this until the perfect time.
I agree.
No, it will.
I think if we
I
get the
actually
warning,
think it's the
Bertolds,
opposite.
no, we need to compromise here. You can try this once, but if you get warned off, that's it until we get to the pyramid.
I
It depends
agree.
on the nature of the warning.
Okay, yes, that's a wise words from the cleric of Malchus here. You're right. It'll depend on the nature of the warning.
So you're agreeing if we let you cast your premonition spell, if it tells you using the stone is dangerous, we will not practice with the stone.
I'm saying it'll be on a case-by-case basis. Because the type of feeling that I get will differ. It's not just a certain tingling. Sometimes I'll get a flash of imagery of what will happen if I use this.
I've said my piece, and I walk away from the conversation, seeing an impasse here.
I really do not feel comfortable with the idea that we need to practice on a stone when we're supposed to be faithful about the
If I
god's
may, I think if we're looking at the God's will, then the gods would know what is in our hearts, and our heart is to simply improve our abilities to save the world. And I think that if that truly is our purpose, which it is, then they should see no reason to deem our actions unjust.
So just to recap, if you cast your premonition and it basically says that it truly isn't dangerous to handle the stone at all, or right now, you will not cast your spell upon it, turn undead, and we will wait until the ceremony to use the stone again.
I glance at Helen and internally debate how to answer, and I wonder if I've fallen into some sort of paradox, but I answer, yes. Correct.
Okay. And if it is kind of a paradox indeed, because now we flipped it, but if it says
But
it's not
it is not as
dangerous,
simple as a yes or no. I will get a flash of insight of some sort.
Berthold will tell us what his gods say or don't say.
Correct.
all right.
Where are you going to do this? On the boat with everyone around, or are you going to make like landfall and do it there?
I think we should dock.
Yeah, we'll dock.
Do you want to go into
because-
the town, or did you want to go out into the
Oh.
just a piece of land somewhere?
Piece of land somewhere, making sure there's like no undead anywhere nearby.
Got it. Maybe a section of coastline over here where it's nice open plain, no sneaky undead hanging out in the woods, perhaps.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, you're about to cast the most powerful turn undead ever. I hope there's some undead around, so it's not a complete waste.
It truly feels like,
It's happening. It's happening, Jen. Let it happen.
I know, but Sister Helen feels like she keeps making the wrong decisions. Not being true to herself and being constantly swayed and influenced by other forces.
We're all
brought-
here just to help you make the right decisions, Helen.
That is true. You know, you brought us along for a reason. Okay. You know, I watch this happen. I make sure that Cornelius is stood next to Bertolt as this is about to happen. And if I catch his eye, I give him a wink. And I give him a look that says...
I perceive the wink.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. I'm gonna want to know. I'm bringing us to a map now. If I can find it. Okay, we're gonna bring our tokens over here. The NPCs will be well off to the side. I'm not gonna bother to place them completely out of your way. So why don't you all place yourselves where you think you would be? Get you a boat as well.
I'm gonna let Berthold place himself first, and then I'll go. Okay.
Let's see, right about here, right in the open. Sounds great.
Be here next to this little opening.
I watch from up on the cliff.
This is Cornelius right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
We-
also gonna watch from up on the cliff. I actually believe we might be losing some party members here for this ritual. Well, I will tell you that before I walk away. Like, from all the information I've gathered, you really need to believe in your god and your fate, because this can certainly blow up and kill a user. I just want you to be truly aware that you might end your life today.
That's impossible because I am a follower of the god of fate and time.
Yeah, there's actually no reason for us to
This is a
dock
bad
it.
idea.
'Cause
Tempos himself will stop me.
Yeah. The
I
unfairly
just
premonition will
wanted
stop
him to-
it from killing him.
I'm telling you that your fears are impossible.
Okay. So be it.
Okay, this is gonna be tricky. And we're gonna have to start with Cornelius. Cornelius,
Yeah.
you're not gonna get any signal from Berthold one way or the other if you're performing any action. So could you DM me on Twitter if you're going to take an action or not, and keep it nice and don't.
I mean,
reveal,
the answer is it
don't tell
depends
him.
on
Don't
what-
tell him. DM me on Twitter. We're gonna keep a little bit of secret going on here.
Okay.
I want to know.
Wait,
your stuff.
I think you gotta follow me.
If I'm not, then
Rude.
Yeah.
right.
Called out, mate. Damn.
No,
That's
I don't.
brutal.
I don't know if we follow each other. Listen.
No.
We do not. Neither of us. It is mutual disdain.
Well, you guys are standing up on the cliff
Okay.
there. I kind of glance around. Ah, yes, I muse. I think casting Turn Undead over in this general area at this cliff where you guys aren't will be the safest course of action.
Is this map to scale, Neil? Am I
Yes.
really only 40 feet away?
Yes. Are you sure that's where
Is
you
there
want to
a-
be?
Is there a
I
slightly
want to
higher
be
cliff?
further away too. Yeah, like.
I'd like to be 100 feet away.
Why don't
maybe,
you go to the
like over
bottom
here.
side then of the map?
Yeah,
think-
I'm gonna come along. We're gonna go really far.
It's so hard not to metagame when you're like, oh, this is Cornelius, and then you're like drawing out the
It's
line and
not far
measuring my.
enough. It's not far enough,
measuring- No, I'm gonna. I backed Berthold's plan. I'm standing close.
Yeah. All right, even though I'm not sure, I'm intrigued as to what's going to
Oh,
happen.
you should come to the other side. There's 120 feet of clear over here.
Oh yeah, well, I still want to be able to see though.
All right.
Okay. You get that, Ryan?
Yes, I'm responding.
Okay, cool.
Do.
Can we make sure that we didn't invite Minnie to this and didn't say that we were about to do it?
Everyone's on the boat. She's heard the whole conversation. She's been like 20 feet away from you while this has been going on.
Oh my god.
It's a small boat.
And I'm sure by this time you've read Unfailing Premonition very carefully, since there's a lot of details there.
Yes. And Trump, tell us, what are you casting Turn Undead, or are you going to cast a spell?
Oh, it's very simple. I'm gonna message you something just in case to
Yes.
keep some sort of element of surprise.
Absolutely.
And I may or may not message you anything, but I am holding the stone and then pretty much doing exactly what I believe I'll be doing at the ritual, which is raising my hands to the sky, looking at the sun and casting Turn Undead at the sun.
Excellent. Send me some gibberish so that we can create plausible deniability.
Yep.
Okay. Bertolt raises his hands to the sky. And you say, do.
Yes, I fully prepare. I am going to do my grand little speech. All undead from this land, be gone, as the sun shall now burn you forever. And as I raise my holy symbol, I suddenly, like, kind of burnt, like, I dropped my holy symbol.
So you stop channeling it.
Yes.
Okay. He drops the holy symbol.
I
What
yell,
happened?
Berthold! Berthold! What
I
is
start
it?
looking over.
Oh,
We run over
I
for a long time because I'm 120 feet away. I show up exhausted and out of breath.
I don't understand, I say. I glance at this stone. This is... I don't understand. Tempos... I've never felt such a strong belief that this is a bad idea.
I I take a step forward and put a hand on his shoulder opposite him and say, we've all learned some humility on this journey, brother. Don't take it to heart. Let's get in the boat and return to the ship.
I believe this was the right outcome. I'm so thankful that your God told you to do this so that you could, like me, believe that we shouldn't meddle with the stone ahead of the ritual. I believe he wanted you to have this certitude. We should be thankful to Tempos, truly.
We are thankful.
Thank you, Tempos, for this revelation.
I'm glad we
In
tried.
fact, it was so bad that this entire ritual was a mistake. I mutter.
Hmm.
You
I think it's a
mean
mistake, but maybe your God just wants you to preserve your life until the moment of the ritual.
do you think Berthold were doing it wrong? Or do you think the cause itself is wrong?
We must be doing it wrong. We'll have to redo the entire ritual. I mutter. It's all wrong. Tempos does not like the way that this has gone.
And with that, let us go to our break. We will see you on the other side. Some more Light of Illumis. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. The light of Illumis. May it bless us all.
Right before anyone gets to me, I drop the stone and cast Detect Magic.
What? No, we were
begins to-
already next to you.
He drops it and casts Detect Magic. I mean, that's
Yeah,
fine.
He begins to cast a spell.
Well, wait, are you
roll
casting
initiative
it?
if you want to do something, Jen.
Yeah,
Do
I
you-
want to interrupt it.
All
Yeah.
right, roll initiative against his Detect Magic. Please give me
Alright.
a
God.
penalty of 2 to your initiative because he did do that rather surreptitiously.
Yeah. Oh my God. Wait, how?
D10 plus 5.
Yeah, I'll just do it manually. It's gonna be easier.
And Bert Holtz, I'm going to need you to roll me initiative roll.
To my knowledge, like no one actually came up to me, right?
Illumis.
They were
fast.
they were gonna come over here, and they can run and hit you at the same
Okay.
time. Sister Helen, you rolled. What are you?
1
6.
+ 5, 6.
Yeah, and you're just gonna shove him, yeah.
Yeah, just running. I'm like football dash.
So he
thing,
holds the stone.
Tackling.
He goes to cast the spell. Combat music. He goes to cast the spell. He drops it. He looks around. He's like, "What? Wait a minute! Did you guys have a
And I-
nice long conversation? There was a nice long conversation that was had. So everyone is already standing right
Yeah,
here.
I feel like we were next to each
Yeah.
other because we already had
Yeah,
a
okay.
chat about like what happened and the fate of the gods showing
Yeah,
we shouldn't use the stone.
So Helen's
we
at
just
6.
established we
Mhm.
shouldn't use the stone
Mhm.
without
And-
purpose.
He's dropped it though, right?
He's dropped it. He drops it to the ground. And Helen, you see him closing his eyes or whatever it is that he needs to do to cast a spell, grabbing his holy symbol and beginning to chant the words to a spell. But you're with your newfound paranoia,
Oh
are
yeah.
able to go first. Are you sure you want to interrupt him when he's casting magic near the stone? Is it possible that your interruption will cause more harm than good?
I don't think it can.
Okay.
I don't see.
What do you do?
I don't see the harm it could do.
What do you do?
I just push him to interrupt his spellcasting.
Still gonna roll to hit.
Yeah. Roll the hit. Basic attack.
Yeah. Basic attack melee. Ugh.
It's terrible.
Nope.
You shove him, but Berthold is a strong man, and you don't use quite enough force, and he's got his armor on, and you like push, and your hands slide up over the shoulders
Oh my God,
as the
Bertolt, why are you
words
doing this?
to his spell
We-
finish.
We just agreed we shouldn't cast on the stone without purpose.
Oh, I'm not casting it on the
Yeah, he's
stone. I'm
not.
just casting
He's dropped
Detect
it.
Magic.
Why are you doing it now? This is such a strange timing.
It is indeed the stone, and it is overwhelmingly magical.
Ah, very good. I'm done. I pick up the stone. I hand it to Helen.
Oh my God, Bertolt, why are you making me live such a roller coaster of emotion? Is it simply to keep Malchus entertained?
I am entertained for what it's worth.
Right. That is enough distractions. Let us get back to the ship and continue on our journey.
I put it back into the box and hold on to it for dear life.
My, so jumpy over a simple detective magic.
Well, shouldn't I be after everything we've been through?
I would have
It's not-
thought over
I think we
our journeys, you would have gained some level of trust.
Let's not open old wounds.
don't forget, Sister Helen. He commanded me to give you the stone. That's how much he wanted you to have it.
That is true. I do believe his overall intentions are pure, but I can say that our way of doing things certainly do not fit.
Well,
Yeah. Back to the ship.
it is days later as you come down the coastline, past the Hourglass Desert, big rolling sand dunes for as far as the eye can see, until you reach the delta, not really the delta, but the exit of the River Crux. And there is the town of Heatstroke, and there is the Great Pyramid. But everything you can see is covered with this like ooze, this like pinkish, rotting ooze, and you can smell it as
Just
you
to
come close.
confirm, is this the day, like based on our travel, is this the day that we believe we will be doing the ritual? Because I have a spell list that I need to prepare specifically for that day.
Yeah, me
Right.
too.
It is
Yeah, I
still
think so.
2 days out from the perfect day as you have prescribed it. So you could wait on your boat
Okay,
for
then
2
no.
days, or you could go on shore and check it out, or you could just go and do it now. Whatever you want.
No, we don't do it now. I think we should land and check
I
things
agree.
out.
Yes.
I agree. We should clear out the area to make sure it's secure for the ritual, but we shouldn't prepare our spells for the ritual
Well,
yet.
I warn the group and say it might be that there is overwhelming force in here. I think if we realize that we're in for a fight for our lives, we should return to the ship and then just fight on the actual day, because we could kill the things here, go back and rest, and only to find more. No point risking our lives for nothing.
Let's make sure we have a clear path to the ship then. An easy
Yeah.
retreat.
So I think we land as close as we can and then tentatively explore the land.
Yep, I've got my watchful that I've cast at the beginning of the day.
Excellent. Make sure your
Do we
spell
see
lists are prepared,
the-
everyone.
Do we see the pyramid from here?
You absolutely
Yes.
do see the pyramid, and the pyramid, like all the other buildings in the city, are covered with this rotting pink flesh that you can smell. It's like a slaughter yard. The stench of dead flesh fills the air.
But
as
just flesh, no bones.
You don't see any bones. And the flesh does look to be old and decayed. Maybe not that old, but it looks like a carcass. It looks like roadkill.
Interesting.
It climbs up over every building. It climbs up over some plants, but not all plants. Permeates the area. It comes to a fairly clear line where the high water mark is. You get off the boat. Minnie gets off the boat. Your workers get off the boat, tools in hand. They're not going to leave anything behind on the boat just in case.
So based on what you just said, I would grab a bucket of water. And I suggest everybody do the same.
What are you thinking, Cornelius?
Well, as he mentioned, I say if you notice, the flesh comes up to a line where the high water mark is. It seems to be repelled by water, if you will. Maybe it can be helpful for us to have some water if we need to keep it away.
It's a good observation. I'll grab a bucket.
Perhaps it can't grow on sand.
Where are you getting these buckets from?
Too easy.
We just
I,
it's a ship. They come with buckets.
I don't
know,
get
the
a
ship
bucket. I jump
bucket.
off the ship. I climb down onto the beach.
Isn't that standard fare for ships?
Yeah,
Well, this
I feel
is
like
not
there's-
a ship that's in great condition. This is an abandoned boat that you found, and you've been paddling down the side of the coastline. There might be one bucket aboard the ship, but
I think
just
one
one.
bucket's enough to test the theory.
All right, I'll fill my water skin with ocean water.
I start to walk up the beach to where the edge of the flesh is.
Go ahead and move your token, please.
Yeah. You know me, Neil. I'm always the one to walk into the trap. I start
your
going.
token's down here, dude. The whole party's down
Oh.
here.
Sorry. Yeah, okay. I start walking forward to here.
Yeah.
I poke the flesh with my axe.
It splits before your axe pretty easily and oozes like a clear yellowish fluid.
So it looks like it's rotting. It's dead.
Mm-hmm.
I feel happy about this, and I walk back to the party and say, this isn't how I've heard it described before. I knew there was a mission here to destroy whatever this is. Maybe it was successful. Seems like it's dying.
I want to walk up with the bucket of water and dump it on the pink,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
just to see what happens.
Splashes on the pink and rolls off of it. There's no hissing and no popping. It's just like you dumped water on a dead pig.
Ask Cornelius, what was this? Just a giant ooze enveloping this entire city?
I don't know what it is, but it didn't have the effect that I thought it was going to.
Come, let's make our way to the temple.
Yeah, it's a straight shot right down this path. You can
Yeah.
see the pyramid beyond.
Ooh,
I take
what
a step onto
wonderful
the
sight.
flesh.
It's kind of squishy beneath your feet.
Yeah, it's gross. Okay, I mentally prepare myself for the next step. I go forward.
Great.
Okay.
I'll follow behind. Squish, squish.
Squish, squish, squish. Checking
Yep.
down the sides of these alleyways as we pass them. Looking
Squish,
for
squish,
anything
squish.
moving.
Squish, squish, squish.
Stop here,
You all
wait for the
coming
party to
for a
catch
halt?
up.
Yep, I'm with.
Yes.
Okay, look around the corner.
Squish, squish, squish.
Yeah,
Seems
alright,
safe.
keep going. Helen, get over here. Like,
Yeah, I'm here. I had to refresh.
I will
Stuck.
climb up these stairs, Neil. Get a little bit of a better look.
I like that.
Mhm.
Look at,
Squish,
stand over
squish,
here.
squish.
Take a look
Yeah.
around. Do I see
You-
anything moving?
Glance
You-
things here.
Give me a perception check.
Uh-huh.
Everyone or just him?
Everybody, please.
22.
25.
Anything better than 25? 19?
Wait, don't you have blessed watchfulness? Doesn't it give you a bonus?
It has a really specific effect.
Okay, okay.
I will
Uh,
just roll base for now.
Oh, there we go. That's what
Oh.
I'm looking for.
The
Yes.
fate!
The city is fairly abandoned. There's not really much moving, some trees blowing in the wind or something like that. But you see in and around the pyramid, sort of like, it's a stepped pyramid. It's got a few like large ups and overs and ups and overs. And you can see that there's on part of the pyramid somewhere, there was something moving. And then like it kind of disappeared around a corner of the pyramid. And then it was gone. And it might come back around the other side, or it might come back around the same side, but there was definitely some movement of something on the pyramid.
I call out and say, I don't see anything moving down there. It must all be dead. We should advance.
I tell the party, I see something at the pyramid. I guess we need to go there and take care of it before we do our ritual.
What do you
I don't
say?
know if it's good or bad, but we should see what it is.
Well, have your weapons ready.
A turn is 10 minutes. Or 1
Yes.
minute, Neil.
10
Turn
minutes.
is
10 minutes? Okay, alright, I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'm gonna cast a level 3 spell, Detect Spirit.
Mm-hmm.
With my new accrued paranoia!
Excellent.
Sister Helen is wondering if somebody wouldn't be haunted or something. Or that there might be some sneaky spirits. So this should cover us for a good hour. And I'm judging based on where we're at that it won't take me an hour to reach the pyramid, right?
Definitely not.
Okay, cool. All right, then I definitely do the.
Now with
spirits.
Detect Spirits, you have to stop and activate it. Like it's continual on you,
Oh.
but you have to like take a moment around and pause and look around to see what you see. So every so
Okay.
often, it'll be like a stop and see if you detect any spirits.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel good detecting spirits to make sure it's clear, especially since we already had a ghost haunt us and some weird spirit controlling characters trying to get us followed.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Excellent.
All right, so we take it quite slow so Helen can stop and detect every minute or so.
Yeah.
Well, you come to within fairly close sight of the pyramid. You get real close, and there have been no spirits detected thus far. I'm going to bring you to a new map layer. Reversed for some reason. And it's as you get to this pyramid that you see coming round the top of it is a creature. And coming round behind it is...
You guys see this? Oh,
over
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
Yeah. Way over here. Whoops.
Evil!
Yeah,
They have
this,
the colors of evil.
this thing right here is a very large, bulky zombie. It's got like this weird iridescent colored skin but it's clearly like part of it is hanging off of it. There's like an axe wound in its face. It's not entirely alive. And this other thing is like some weird dog-like skeleton. And they are coming round the top of the pyramid. And that's
Like a
when,
patrol.
like a patrol or something, yeah. And another one of these large, 8-foot tall zombies arrives at the top as well.
I bang my axe against my shield.
Sort of move in your direction.
I will cast. Can I cast something now?
I think
Is
it's
Minnie with
time.
us? Yes, she is.
Yes, Minu's here. Your workers are with you. I think it is time for initiative.
Aw, I was trying to sneak one in. It's all right.
No.
A freebie spell. just a little something.
If only.
Oh. All right. Fine. I messed up at
I'm gonna
tagging
do
my
that.
character, but I got a 2 in initiative, which is quite
Oh,
great.
you're doing blast as well.
Oh, we're gonna be extra blessed. I don't think it stacks actually.
No, it's good. It doesn't stack, but you're beating everyone in initiatives, which is
Bless
good.
takes a full round to cast, doesn't it?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it does.
So as long as one of you doesn't get interrupted, it should be fine.
Yeah, but it has to
Yeah,
go off before combat, right?
It has to go off before melee combat engages, or it can only affect people who are not engaged in melee combat.
Okay.
So if someone is at the front to tank the combat, then everyone else can get blessed.
Yeah, I'm in the front.
Question: in cleric school, did I learn whether or not fear works on undead?
Usually it does not.
Doesn't.
Okay.
Aw. I also had a fear-related spell. Very disappointing.
Okay. The first creature comes out of a different angle. It comes from the bottom, catching you somewhat by surprise, and it will chase
Horror.
across the map. It is a skeletal dog of some kind. It is a skeletal demon dog called a thung, and it will race up to Cornelius, who's in the front, and
Oh my
reach
God.
out with his skeletal teeth on a 22.
Oh
That
my
is
God.
one shy of a crit, unfortunately. And he will bite you. That is not the right roll. Bite you for 1 point of damage, Cornelius. And as he bites, he grips with his teeth. And he's held on to you. Now, being held on to you is an advantage because now every round he just automatically deals damage, but it's a disadvantage because he's grappled with you and he's much, much easier to hit. But also, this creature is held onto your arm, and if you want to move, you have to drag it around with you. So that is that creature's turn.
Okay.
The next one will
Might be me. I
go.
rolled a 4.
Ooh,
I'm assuming turn undead was a +3.
yes.
Okay.
It sounds like Bertolt is going at the same time, though.
That's right. I'll step up just to get more front and center for my turn undead. I'll raise my holy symbol and I'll be like, "Begone, scourge from this land." I channel turn undead.
Excellent. Roll me a d20 into 2d6. 9. You will
Wow.
turn 3 or 4 hit die creatures. And our skeleton, our zombie demons are. 6 hit die creatures. So you will turn the thungs that you can see before you now. This one that is attached to Cornelius, this one over here, and this one. Actually, you only turn 2 of them. The closest 2. Terrible rolls, Berthold. Terrible, terrible rolls. I will just delete this one because it's going to spend its turn running away, and we will deal with this one on its next round. This one will come on down and run right up to you on its fast little legs, throwing itself at you and biting at you with a 10, which is easily deflected by your shield. And I think Yes. Wait, where's Sister Helen's initiative roll?
She's
I
blessed,
messed
so
it up.
she's
It's,
the game
it's,
of the
Oh,
last.
right,
it's
right.
the whole turn. Yeah, it's the bless.
Excellent. And same with you, Kerberos?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
We had the
Wait.
same idea.
Take you out of initiative.
Oh, there's like a million tongues now.
Yeah, they are coming from around the area that we're not necessarily in
No!
sight.
Damn it. The ambush.
Mm-hmm. And they will come all over. They're fast, too. They're very fast. We're just going to bring the lot over here. We will get a pile on Cornelius and a pile on Berthold. Something like that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 more attacks on Berthold. 1, 2, 3, 4. None of those will hit. And 3 more attacks on Cornelius. 1, 2, 3. The third
Nice
one will
rolls, Neil.
hit for 3 points of damage on you, Cornelius. And there are 2 that are biting and holding you.
It's got to stink. There's some bad rolls.
Yeah, they are. Cornelius, it is your turn.
Okay, so my plan was to cast Chaos Armor, but with the thongs holding on to me, obviously I would have a low probability of being able to do that. So, am I stuck with that, or can I attempt to combo?
You are stuck with that. In fact, when they do bite you, they will break your spell, and your spell will fail automatically with great unfortunateness. And your turn will be completely wasted. Sad to say. Very sad to say. Getting interrupted as a spellcaster is a terrible thing. At the end of the round, our zombies will move 60 feet. 60 feet.
Initiative?
Gotta
cannot
move my
reach.
zombies.
We cannot reach. Oh my god, there's another one. Oh my god, there's
Yes.
infinite ones. Jesus Christ. You're trying to get us to use the stone, aren't you?
Oh, no.
We'll be fine. We can win this.
It is initiative roll now.
Ugh.
Minnie calls out.
Wait, the bless goes off, right?
Oh yes, your bless goes
Yeah,
off.
bless.
Yes, it affects up to 6 creatures. So the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you are all blessed.
Oh yeah, because we cannot bless the 2 that are engaged.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Okay, let's see.
yeah, okay, yeah, so it's the maximum. So everybody but our 2 engaged buddies.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Excellent. And our backup characters are just gonna get the hell out of the way. And our thungs.
Well, I definitely want to hear what Minnie has to say before I take my action.
She says, "Flaming sphere."
Alright, I decided which spell I'm casting. Sorry, I was reading the spell description before I do something terrible. Oh my god, I messed up again. I'm at 11.
11.
Or do you want me to re-roll, or?
No, it's cool. I will just
Okay.
find you, add you to the list. You're at 11. Oh, it's a big combat list. Everyone rolled in. A lot of monsters. I see Jen and the 3 other players. Excellent. So first things first is one of the thungs over here that attacked Cornelius before, and it will throw itself on you again, Cornelius, with a 16, which is not quite good enough to grab you. Next up, I think the rest of these guys will be showing up this round, coming out of buildings and from behind pyramid corners, attracted by the call of combat and the scent of flesh,
Oh my God.
are more of these undead skeletal monster creatures. And the next one will come on over here. And now Bertold is completely surrounded by them. Well, almost completely surrounded. We'll get another attack on Berthold. Natural 20. Oh, it'll
Oh my
crit you for
God.
5 points of damage, biting into your flesh, holding you still, slowly whittling you down. La 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 la. Next one is Berthold himself. What are you doing?
Oh, they left the space for me. All
Apparently.
right. I've been through this dance before. I meant to withdraw backwards, but I will withdraw forwards.
All right. Yes, you can fight your way out and away from these creatures. But where
Yes,
are you
I,
going?
Let me see. I've been through this before, so I don't want to experience it again. I'm going to just walk over here, dive behind that cliff, and say, "Go for it, Minnie."
Alrighty.
Oh, good.
This one is one that
Sure.
was churned. It will let go of Cornelius and bolt from Berthold as fast as it can, provoking an attack of opportunity from Cornelius.
All right.
Oh, it's the turned one, yeah. It's not because it understood the fire's coming.
We should, as that one runs away, I say we should try and kill these things. We'll only have to fight them in 2 days' time.
Excellent shot. Roll me some damage. Other button. Damn button.
Oops.
Yes, you smash the skeleton into 1,000 pieces and it dies.
The thung died?
Yes, it does.
Okay, great.
It is weak. Minnie goes and she will cast Flaming Sphere, which produces a ball of fire. And she will place it right where Berthold was. And that will do...
Good evades, Bertold. It's like you saw fate coming your way and you dodged it.
D4
Save or 2d4, right?
2d4 if she
so-
bumps it into you. Everything else is just d4. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 essentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Terrible saves. And 1d4 to the lot of them is 1.
Oh, come on. Should roll this separately.
You say
Maybe
that only because I rolled low. But it does kill 3 off the bat.
Wow. Okay.
And
Fair enough.
the others are wounded.
Can we draw where the sphere is so that
Yes.
we can... Yeah.
Absolutely.
Did she cast it like as a bowling ball or just have it appear there?
It appeared there. She
It's
cast
a
it one
static
round.
thing.
The next round she can move it with her mind.
Okay.
It's a pretty cool spell when you cast it.
Tokens.
Oh.
But it's not showing up for me.
I
I'll
see
move
it.
it when it arrives. Yeah, I see it as the spectator, but I don't see it as... Oh, there it is, as the DM.
Oh, here you go.
There we go.
Is that
Alrighty.
small? I thought it was like bigger.
I think it's 6 feet in diameter?
5 feet.
6 feet diameter.
Yeah. That's
I
about that
imagined
size.
it. Okay,
Maybe it's a
fair
little
enough.
bit bigger. All right, the next thing will go, and it will bolt forward and throw itself at Minnie, the first
Oh,
easily
no.
available target. Say that with more sadness, Jen, please. Completely missing Minnie. One of the minions will go, and it will back up over here behind the tree. The next thing will race in full speed, coming right for the cleric. Ugh,
Oh,
critical
no.
miss.
Oh, the shame.
Say that with more sadness, please. I don't
I'll
feel like you
try.
really mean these things. The mobs continue to swarm in with misses after misses. Minion goes. I should have had them all go on the same turn. There's so many. There's just so many. All right, I'm going to just have them all go because otherwise this will take forever finding each individual one. They will mob in like this. Yeah, and you've already moved here. You can go here, here, and I think this is pretty much the situation that we get for them. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks on 4 attacks on Cornelius because he's already been attacked by one, and then the rest are just in the pile. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more hit on you for 1 more point of damage, and it becomes Cornelius's turn.
Okay. I'll cast Whirlwind. No, I'm just teasing. Yeah, I'm just swinging my mace.
Excellent.
There's one that's on me hooked onto me?
Yes, there is. I will
Okay, so
label it.
you said they're easier to hit that way. Is there like
Yeah, its
Okay.
AC goes way down.
Okay. Well, I will.
That is a great smash with your mace.
All right.
And 5 damage will shatter the bones into absolutely nothing. Next thing will quickly move to take the spot. Sister Helen.
No. Oh, is it my turn?
Yes.
Oh, nice. I thought you meant they were about to hit me. Okay.
No.
I never ever tried that spell before, so we're gonna kind of try it out together right now. Produce flame. All right. A bright flame, equal in brightness to a torch, spring forth from the caster's palm, and then I can throw it, kind of like what Minnie did. So I guess I'm inspired by her fireball hurling. So I can hurl the magical flame as if it was a missile within the range of 40 yards. Flame flashes on impact, igniting combustibles within a 3-foot diameter on the center of impact. Then it goes out. Creature struck by the flame suffers 1d4 plus 1 point on damage. And then
Excellent.
if combustion occurs, they are going to have to extinguish the fire or get additional damage.
Excellent. Upon which thung would you like to throw your first mote of flame?
Can it be more than one? Because it says like a 3-foot diameter thing. So I envisioned, like I kind of picked it because I was hoping it's a little bit more than a single target spell, because it talked about like an area of effect, because most of my spells are single target.
I think in a situation like this where we've got a pair that are like up on each other's business, then you can hit both of these with one.
Okay, I'm gonna target the each other's business duo.
Excellent.
Please.
Give me a roll to hit. You can just use your basic missile attack.
Yes. Okay. +1. So I'll just do it regular,
Don't
but
forget the
there's
bless.
there's
Yeah.
a bless, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's 11.
11 will miss. I need you to roll me a d8. Yes, they have 13 AC. They're not but bones.
The horror.
5 is for direction, and for distance on grenade-like missiles
This is so disappointing. I was very excited about this spell.
You may accidentally hit one of them.
The good news is it looks like you can keep using it like 5 turns in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Can I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh!
you can. That's one
it's-
missile out of 5.
Okay, it's not as terrible as I thought for a second, because I expected it to just be run around, and I was like, this is pretty shit. Okay, cool. So it's like a mini fireball. Miniature.
Not
Yeah,
really.
It's like fireball, small
Micro
fireball
ball.
grenades.
Yeah.
It is a short-range miss, so roll me a 6-sided die.
It's like throwing stones, essentially.
5 feet off
Yes.
in the
The stones are on fire though.
forward
Yeah.
right direction.
So like on this
So,
one.
5 feet off, and it is going to
Oh.
be. I think you just hit
Absolutely hitting. No.
If it
Forward
was,
and
if
right,
this
you
is
said.
the aim, right? So you just turn
Yeah,
this.
that's the aim.
Yeah. So if she were shooting from here to here, then she would miss in this direction. So we're going like 45 degrees, to the right.
Yeah, so it's like here.
Well,
It's 90
think-
degrees would be to Cornelius.
no.
45
This is
degrees.
45 degrees. This to this is 45.
Yeah.
And we're
I think
already
she's
at
actually
45. I think she
Maybe
splitting
hits.
the
it's in
difference between Cornelius and Bert.
Maybe this guy.
Yeah, I think that's where she.
I feel
I
like it
think
lands
this
on
is like
guy.
a
Wait.
45 right over here.
I brought out a protractor and it
Hang on,
was
hang on.
on in between.
Can I draw a little? Can I draw? She's targeting this point, right?
She's targeting
Yeah,
the point where
yes.
the arrow is right now.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Wait, hang on.
Yes, we all agree on the target.
Yeah, she's
I'm
targeting
gonna draw a
that.
nice 90 degree for you, so you just have to do it in
So
5
that's a
seconds.
straight line. That's
Well,
90 degrees.
This is a
And
straight
it's
line.
45 degrees, so it's like this.
Yeah, from
This-
her.
This is 45 degrees here.
Oh, from the area. That's right.
I'm terrible at maths. I'm just gonna trust you guys.
It depends on if it says from the area or from the caster.
Yeah. It's from the
Oh.
caster, definitely.
Without
From the line
Oh.
off the caster, which would be like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 45 degrees is maybe
Oh,
not
it's
all the way
90
to
degrees.
Cornelius. This
Yeah,
is a
it's
45
in this
degree
area
miss. So yeah, we're somewhere over here. And so it
So
was
this
at
guy.
10, 9 feet, 9 feet. It's like right over here. Right? Somewhere over here. I think you're going to hit one Thung and Cornelius with your blast. Yep.
All right,
roll me
just
D4
roll
plus
it.
one.
Seated thong. Yeah.
You'll hit 'em both.
Roll.
Yeah.
So D4.
Plus one.
1d4 plus 1.
Oh,
5.
it's a great
Maximum
blast.
damage.
You blow up one of the Thungs. Cornelius's butt is set upon fire. Please take 5 damage, Cornelius.
I can suddenly relate to Minnie's spellcasting.
Cornelius, you've just been burned from
Oh,
behind.
no.
What do you do?
I'm so sorry, Cornelius.
I say, ouch!
The chaos got a hold of my fire throwing abilities.
Watch where you're throwing those things.
I'm sorry.
That's making a good point. That probably should be from the point of impact next time.
That's what I think, but I'm sure that's how grenade rules work, but maybe I don't think it matters.
Oh, yeah,
What?
you actually might be right. But we've already made the ruling, so let's move on.
Yep, next one.
Yeah. Cornelius's turn. Smashing?
Okay. Yes. Is there
smash.
any on me?
No, none of them are currently grabbed on you. They all missed their attacks last round.
Okay. I believe that should be a hit.
Absolutely. That is a super crit. For
Alrighty.
maximum damage, roll me another D6 plus 1. Huge damage. And that's doubled because these are bone creatures. That's 20 points of damage, shattering one of the Thungs. Kerberos.
I summon my animal spirit
Excellent.
about here, like in the middle of the monsters.
I will get you an animal spirit.
Can he attack this round? Usually summons can attack on the round they're summoned.
I think that's what we did last round.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said it would be like the amount of rounds it's alive is the amount of rounds it
Yeah.
attacks, basically.
Yes. And I will
17.
give you control of it. All players controlled by Kerberos. 17 will hit,
For 7 damage.
and it will shatter one of them. And that is the end of that. But our zombies begin to move. This one will come right up to Cornelius. It'll take 1d4 points of burning damage as it walks close to that flaming sphere. 3 points. And it will make its attack at you. Now these, not quite that far actually. These zombies are much akin to the other ones that you've seen before, but they are bigger. They are stronger. They are more terrifying zombies. These are undead demons. And it will claw at you with a wild miss. Completely wildly missing as the others patch up. And it's initiative time. Minnie is going to yell out, "Good luck, Cornelius! Fireball!"
Oh my god. I like that she's announcing it now. At least she gives us a little chance of survival. Oh my god, fireball. Neil, I have
Oh,
a
she
question.
said, "Good luck, Cornelius." Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
yeah.
I'm gonna change that roll.
If I want to keep using the produce flame, can I still do an other action, or is the action I'm doing for the round?
No, it's your
Yep.
action to throw the flame, I think.
Yep.
Neil, I think that disengage button went away again or something.
Maybe.
Make sure you're clicking your character.
Yeah, you gotta click
Oh.
your token, dude.
Hold on. Oh, you're right. That's what I wasn't doing.
All right, you're gonna disengage on your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, the Thungs rolled late. Cornelius rolled dead last, unfortunately. Bertful,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
I'm going to take a disengage action from here and say, "All right, Minnie, I'll make sure nothing gets in your way. I'll try to get like between myself and that one."
You try to aggro the Thung. Nice.
Yeah.
Well done. Minnie will throw a fireball. And her
But she's
aim...
so fast.
Her aiming point is going to be... what can we get? What's a 40-foot range? Yeah. Ooh, snap to center. Yeah, that's her range. So this is 20 feet. Everything within 20 feet of this, which will include your animal spirit, unfortunately. But also pretty much all the thungs will take 5d6 fire damage.
Can my spirit get a save?
Yes, it can.
What's its dex? No, wait, sorry. It's probably a fail.
That is definitely a fail. What's the HP on the spirit? Is it dead? Yeah.
15.
Cornelius, I need you to make me a saving throw versus spell or suffer 15 points of damage.
Oh god.
Okay,
Does he get the +1? He didn't have the +1, right? He's
No,
not best.
he did not.
How do I cast the saving throw?
On your combat tab, there's a yellow box called saving throws. It's that pink dot on the bottom of that box next to save. Left side of the character sheet.
Save modifier.
Even lefter, it just says save, and then like a 7 or a 14 or something. Saving throw versus spell. It's like paralyzation, poison,
the
death.
combat tab, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the last one of those.
Okay. Spell. Okay, now I get it. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, 0 successes. You take full
Oh my
15
God.
points of damage.
15. Okay.
Yes.
Oh my god, Cornelius, no!
Kerberos,
We're getting low.
it's your turn.
I flank attack this zombie.
Step forward. You bring your axe to bear.
Do I get a +1 for flank?
Yes, you do.
And +1 for blast.
Yeah.
I do want to say the zombie is so tall you cannot hit its head. You are a dwarf. You are too short. You have to hack into its body.
Yeah, alright.
15 will do it.
8 damage.
Ooh, excellent.
Pretty nice.
Almost killed. Minion will hide. Minion will hide. Minion will hide. Helen.
I get ready to face the one that's probably going to attack me here.
Alright. I was thinking of producing flame, but I did learn my lesson about throwing it on my friends. Let's say I go like here. Is there still a chance that I throw it at my friends if I'm targeting those people?
Probably
That's
not
unlikely.
if you target the ones further away. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
that's
is
what I was
short
thinking.
range, so you only have a
Yeah.
miss area of 6. Like 6 feet, so
Oh,
there's
okay.
no way you can
okay,
hit your
okay,
friends.
okay. So I'm gonna try to do that and not kill
Excellent.
my friends. That would be good.
Roll it.
Okay, and my range, am I in sufficient range? I think it's
Yep,
40
yep.
feet, it said. Oh yeah, we're
Super
good.
short
I could
range?
even be a little bit further even.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Go for it.
That works. Okay. Producing flame. So it's just my spell casting.
It's just a missile attack. Basic missile attack.
Yeah, working on it. Basic missile attack. It has +1, so it's 18.
Yeah, excellent blow. You land it right on the zombie. Go ahead
This
and roll me
guy.
d4 +1 damage.
5 damage.
The
And
zombie's
he might
flesh
be
burns.
inflamed.
Yes.
I don't know how we determined that, but he might be burning now.
I will make rolls on its turn.
Yeah.
Finally, because there's no more thungs, they're all burned.
Aha.
Cornelius, take your turn.
Okay. So I chose to disengage.
Mm-hmm.
So I am
move
gonna
now.
come back here.
Yeah. Don't die today. Excellent.
That would be
Well
ideal.
then, it's just party members. Oh wait, there's one thung left. Oh, it fights Bertholdt. I shouldn't have removed it. I forgot about it. It will bite you, Bertholdt, with an 11, and it is blocked by your shield. Initiative time.
No, the zombies haven't gone.
Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you. The zombies will
Traitor! Just kidding.
mob forward. And with the 4 of them all here, they will make 1 attack against you at +3. You will get attacks of opportunity against all of them. No, against 3 of them.
Are they overbearing?
They are overbearing the tiny dwarf. That's the only real way they can attack you because you're so small.
Alright, well, I attack the one that's almost dead first. 21.
Oh, Oh, it's a
3
great hit.
damage.
3 is not enough.
Yeah.
It brings it
Wait,
to
but it's
1.
21 a crit.
No, not a natural 18, is it?
Nah.
Sorry, buddy. Go ahead and do
Next
the other
one.
2.
Oh, let me turn off the flank. 7's a miss and 10.
10's a hit. Actually, 7's a hit too. They have 6
Okay, so
AC. They're zombies.
6 damage each.
Right.
Oh, didn't they take some flaming sphere damage? At least this one. Feels like he's
Yes,
mighty
one of them
close
would
to the fire.
absolutely. That one would have taken flaming sphere damage. 1 point. Excellent.
Where is it?
Initiative?
No, they get to make their attack against you. It's going to be
Oh,
this
right.
at
Yeah.
+3. That will hit your AC though.
No, AC 16.
Yeah, but they're overbearing. They don't. Your armor doesn't
Oh.
matter. They just have to
Oh,
grab
okay.
you. Yeah, it's touch attack. And give me an opposed strength check. They get this at +3.
No chance. Oh.
Ooh. They roll a
So-
total of 23. So
Oh. Wait, bless. +1?
does not
Oh.
apply to strength checks. Only to saving
Oh, come
throws.
on. I was so
They-
excited about the bless.
Drag you to the ground, and now there are zombies crawling all over your corpse.
Alright.
Well, you're not a corpse yet. Initiative.
I scream out, Mooney, don't fireball him, please.
Um,
yeah.
If I want to cast Turn Undead, how do I do that?
It's at +3, same as your
Roll D10 +3?
disengage. Yeah, same as your disengage button.
I can't use my axe when I'm on the ground, presumably.
Correct. Got your Berthold.
Yeah, I rolled the Warhammer. It didn't hit my character though. It's an 8.
Yep. I think I switched the wrong character. There we go. Our wizard will control at 3. Our minions are just chilling. Oh, that was
Initiative doesn't really matter because they're going last.
right. It just matters amongst the party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Helen is the first one to throw a flame. Now, if you hit them, they're all
Oh, no,
piled
no.
together.
I
No?
changed. I took
Oh.
a staff.
Staff, go ahead.
Yeah,
Get up in there.
I'm not
What are you gonna
killing my
hit?
friend. I'm gonna try to finish off the terrible one.
Right. You move up to
Yeah.
the zombie. It's
Yeah,
leaning over the dwarf. It's large jaws. It's, weird limbs that go backwards, sort of like a
Yeah.
dog. It's a weird, epic,
Mhm.
not epic, drooling beast ready to eat the dwarf's face. Roll me.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
Okay, sure.
Yes, you will bash the zombie in, and it'll hit the ground. Kerberos.
I'm still gonna roll the damage.
Now that they are overbearing me on the
Yes.
ground, grabbing me,
Yes.
I can reach their head. I pull a dagger from like my greave or something, and I try to shove it into the brain of one of these
There
things.
you go. Roll it.
22.
That is a critical hit. Roll me double damage.
Oh, very cool.
5.
That is not enough in this situation. I am sorry. Almost, but not quite.
Almost.
Very cool though.
Skeletal thong goes. I didn't mean to erase it. It will bite at you again, Bertolt, with a 16.
Nope.
Not good enough. Cornelius.
All right, we're casting Turn Undead.
Great. Roll me a d20 and a 2d6. Excellent. Excellent. Your holy light shines upon these creatures. What are the words that accompany your holy light?
Turn away, zombies. Flee from here.
Nice. Much better than last time. Way better. All the zombies are affected by your turn at this point. And come their turn, they will flee. Berthold,
I bring my mighty Warhammer down on this dog.
don't mess it up.
Oops,
Well,
I messed
you-
it up. That's I didn't mean to, but it's still one.
It's still a 1. It's a wild miss. You hit dirt as the wizard rolls the flaming sphere into the pile, dwarf and all, obliterating everything in there with 2d4 fire damage.
Wait, do I not get a save?
You do get a save, yes. Success. You take no damage as these zombies take it for you. These are at -2 because they are all
Nice.
piled on you. They will all take.
They all succeeded?
No,
No, they all failed.
Oh, they all failed. Okay. Oh, 0 success. Okay.
Yes. And then they will flee on their turn. They will get up.
Do I get an
and-
attack of opportunity?
Yes, you do. You will get 3 attacks of opportunity.
Can I go for the head? I mean, they are like right by me. They're like standing up from being on top of me, right? Maybe just the first one.
Maybe the first one.
The one that I just stabbed him in the head, right?
Yeah,
so like
that's
my
where your
dagger's
dagger
right there.
already was. Yeah.
Okay. So
That'll
that's
do.
For another 4.
Ugh, so close.
Oh, come on. And then
These
I do
ones
another
are-
2 attacks on the other ones, 14 and 13. I think both
Hits and hits. Yeah.
The 3 and 4.
3 and 4, and they will flee.
I get back to my feet. Chase them down. We'll only have to kill them tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna
Um,
chase those down.
Well, it is
I should
initiative
say,
then.
Cornelius, drop the turn undead.
Can I just do that? Like,
Yeah, you
stop?
just stop turning it.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Oh, okay.
I get back to my feet. Get my
stopped.
axe back out.
Ah.
Did that thung run away, by the way? This one that's on the...
It will on its
Goddamn.
turn. If you do not drop your turn undead, it will flee. If you do drop your turn undead, it won't flee.
Well, I can wait until Berthold gets his attack of opportunity and then drop it.
Yes, as long as you're not casting a spell. As long as you're just doing melee stuff, you can drop it at the start of your turn rather than at the start of the round.
Okay, I'll do that.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not the spell she wants to cast. We will cast Quarterstaff.
I messed up my initiative in the tracker again. I think every time I click my character sheet, it disengages my tracker because I popped it out. It's my theory.
Uh-huh. Alrighty. Helen, you are first, please. Make short work of these beasts.
Yeah, I'm still clicking. All right. So I guess I will go towards them a little bit because my thing is 40 feet, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, you take a step forward.
Yeah, I take a
That's
little step.
Mhm.
And then I'm gonna cast Produce Flame again. It's one of the last
Yeah.
times.
I think this should probably be the last round, so roll it, hit them, and let's clean up
Yeah.
these mobs.
Oh, wonderful.
Critical hit. Roll me double damage, Jen. 2d4 plus 2.
7
Excellent.
on this guy, I guess.
Yep. The wizard will bring out the quarterstaff, smack one of the creatures in front of her. 2 points of damage. And our next player will go. It is Kerberos.
I just move up here, ready an attack.
Excellent. Cornelius.
Hey, I am healing my wounds.
All right. That will require a dropping of your turn, which is fine. And go for
Correct.
the roll.
What is the roll for it?
Is it
You do
moderate?
moderate.
Or which cure wounds are you using?
Yeah, moderate.
1d10 plus 1. Okay. And Berthold, while he's doing that, which is a great heal,
Oh my goodness.
this is not your day, dude. Not your day.
Sure isn't.
He's keeping it for the ritual.
Oh, you are critical for another 5 points of damage, and the thing is clutched onto you.
Oh.
You're so cursed.
And the zombies. They will approach.
If they all come at the same time, can I choose which one to use my attack on?
Yeah, they're all coming at you. You can sort of avoid the first one and take your attack
All
in the
right,
second.
you know, I go with the bottom right one.
You do 7 points of damage on a critical hit.
Surely.
Yes,
12.
you drop a zombie to the ground.
Nice.
I can't imagine that these guys get a kill on you at this point because they're just gonna swarm the dwarf.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill
We're gonna wipe the battlefield. We're not gonna bother taking 5 or 10 more minutes to finish it off. The party
All
is
right.
slightly injured. can make it out of this situation.
I think once we're done, I say we should head up to the top of the pyramid and maybe we can get our things set up if there's no more monsters
Yeah.
there.
We should prepare the setup ahead of the ritual day.
Does the flesh grow up the steps of the pyramid?
It does. Covers
We might
the
need
pyramid.
to clear the top layer from the flesh.
Yeah. Does the flesh get cleared by the fire?
It burns and it smells like barbecue.
Gross.
Oh,
I wait for the
would
party
like...
at the base of the pyramid.
Can I collect some ashes from the big zombie undead folk we just killed?
Yes.
I collect ashes from the big undead zombie folk
Yes.
for the ritual. Cool.
Yes.
Wonderful.
I come up to the top of the pyramid and check it out.
Oh, I would like to detect spirits ahead of getting to the top.
Yes, there are no spirits here.
Just making sure.
I'm gonna cast a cure light wounds in the like in between of everything.
Excellent. As you get to the top of the pyramid and gaze about, you can see that there is movement all throughout the town, scattered here and there, all around the pyramid. Even back in the direction of the boats, the sounds of combat have roused the undead creatures that reside within this town. Out of homes and warehouses and buildings, they begin to come.
What are we seeing in terms of numbers? Like greater than what we just fought? More?
Hundreds.
Maybe we should get back to the boat.
Yeah.
They are in between you
Yeah.
and the boat. It would be another gauntlet to get back.
Well, what if we cast Turn Undead to get through it? Like all of us.
We would need to cast it perhaps with an amplifier.
I knew you would say that.
Oh, I don't know what else to do.
But we don't foresee being able to basically create a path, like, you know, crossing a sea of zombie with like Turn Undead aura.
These are stronger zombies than last time. These ones you need the zombies you fought last time, you were guaranteed to turn. These ones you need, I think, a
Oh wow.
16 on a d20 to do it.
Oh no!
There's no-
I cry out, what time is it?
It's not the time yet. This doesn't make any sense. This is not how this prophecy is supposed to go.
We've got to do it now, I think.
I guess we do.
No time to determine if it's a good idea or not. I think we just take what we can get.
I guess we're gonna end this.
Cornelius, Bertolt, come with me and defend the steps. Helen, get everything set up.
Yeah, I had already run through the plan with the followers, I would say. I asked them to put the mirrors as we had prepared with the diamond and all that. I would like to imagine we know how to do the setup. I would already start taking out the Philosopher's Stone, and I'm going to do what Minnie had said in the first episode or second episode, and I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to draw...
Sorry. While Helen's doing that, can I cast some cure spells on
Sure.
these
Yeah,
two?
go ahead.
Yeah.
What are you doing with the circle?
I wanted to do a circle on the
8,
ground around where the Philosopher's Stone would be, with the Philosopher's Stone, like an empowering circle around it. Like on the drawing that I sent you.
Oh,
It
so
was a
you said
circle.
one round is 10 minutes?
One round is 1 minute.
Turn is 10 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, a turn is 10 minutes. A round is 1 minute. Okay, got it.
So I'm going to create a really large circle that every cleric could stand on starting now. As well as Minnie if she wants to stand on it. While the followers are setting up the mirror pedestal and the mirrors in the corner of the chamber.
Ryan, heal yourself 14 HP.
14? Okay, great.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm full.
Nice.
Okay. From the
Oh, thanks.
while guarding the
Beautiful.
front of the steps here, I, with my warhammer out and facing down these zombies approaching, I start reciting my speech. I thank my fellow clerics for so readily following the path set forth by Tempos. I've had the honor of finishing the final leg of the journey from when a piece of the staff that supports the world, it fell off, and a great journey has occurred in order to bring the stone here today. I pause for a moment and think about ad-libbing about the time, and I skip that entire part. While we are clerics all serving different gods, Tempos now sends the mission over to you, cleric of Illumis. This is now your time to shine.
All right, I'm gonna already step on the mirror in the middle that our followers set up. I'm gonna put the ashes of the undead there right away, and I'm gonna start my speech as the undead approaches. Pretty long, so she's gonna speak really fast. Dear Illumis, I am thankful. I am thankful because today marks the first step of a final step of a sacred mission to save the world from the unholy undead. From the day your light first shone upon me in the Longbourn Kingdom, home of the legendary warrior Vincent Longbourn, I knew I was meant to be your vessel to accomplish a divine intervention. Oh, great observer Illumis, let me introduce you to the most faithful clerics I could gather. Cerberus, a cleric of Philumbra, of course, the moon, the keeper of the sky where you rest, a trusted partner. Berthold, a cleric of Tempos, setting the pace to which we live, from dusk until dawn, ensuring our fates occur as per the will of the gods. Unshakable, and finally Cornelius, a cleric of Malchus, god of chaos, because we all knew this quest was an impossible task, and for it to become possible we needed chaos to be on our side, and luck. We offer you today, Illumis, the miracle that is the Philosopher's Stone and the most powerful final ritual we could foster from the sacred pyramid of Heartstroke. Oh, mighty Illumis, all of my life I basked in your light, and today I offer it all back to you. Please accept my sacrifice, take my light, your light, and save them all. Grand Illumis, save your pure, holy energy upon the lands and deliver us from the undead. Let the sun shine in. And and then you kind of hear the followers going, let the sun shine. It's not really that charming as the final song, but someday I believe people will chant those words in a more happy light.
That's how I will remember it. Just like that.
Minnie has cast the fly spell and fucked off.
It's not going to do me much good, but I cast Unfailing Premonition on what I'm about to do.
You get
I prepare myself
bitter,
to die.
sweet feeling. I would like each member of the party make me a wisdom check.
I just want to say that my last intention is to hold on to the thorn and cast Sunscorch, but also invite the fellow clerics to step into the probably doomed circle if they want to accompany me.
Yeah, I tell those, with the undead advancing, I'm gonna tell those 3 recruits, now's your time to shine in glory. Go block these steps for us. I take my position in the circle.
Ooh, 33. +1 with the bless.
I don't think the blast gives you a +1.
Not give you a +1.
I think it's not even all saving throws, it's only fear.
We're rolling really
So it's
wide.
really good rolls. Yeah.
I fucked it up.
And I feel like we're holding hands and there's something magical about our wills combining into an average of much higher.
I mean, it's 30, 31, 33. But Kerberos, you falter. What is it? Tell me, why does your willpower fail you? What does your wisdom bulk at in the moment?
Probably the fact that this is covered in rotting demon flesh, and in his mind, we would have cleared the flesh from this platform beforehand. And I think he's just kind of, his mind isn't in the moment. He's worried about the undead, and he's overthinking he thinks it's not going to work, maybe because of the flesh, and just loses his concentration.
Well,
Take it off! You gotta believe in our mission. It will overcome the flesh.
the light of Illumis shines down from the top, It reflects through the mirrors onto the gemstone, which sits on a pedestal, which focuses the light onto the Philosopher's Stone. No time wasn't able to be cast. It's not high noon. It's not the summer solstice. The flesh isn't cleared from the surface here. There are many things that could have been better about this ritual, but you made it in this hour. You made it to the right place. You have the right words. You have most of the right components. And as the undead zombies appear, the sun shines down onto the peak of the pyramid, stripping the flesh from it in a burning ring of fire that shines outward and away. Unfortunately, with the failed wisdom saving throw in the lot of it, the flesh is stripped from your bones as well. Stripped from the bones of your followers that hold the pyramid side, and stripped from all the undead around you.
Ripperoni.
Each one of you burns and dies. But for now and forever, the holy light of Illumis will burn the undead. It will keep them at bay, and never again in the sunshine shall they live.
Yes. That counts as a fucking win. Let's go.
Yeah. I would like to say that as the light burns our flesh, I would like to envision that we held hands.
Yes.
And I gave them a look that says, we're freaking doing it. We're saving the world. I
like-
look at peace. I'm taking this with joy, and I'm taking the light in my heart.
It's like the scene in... Is it in the Terminator where the nuclear bomb goes off? And the woman's like watching all the kids playing baseball and then all that skin gets ripped off. It's good times.
It's better than I could have expected. Berthold thinks as he goes up in flames. We did it.
Does Minnie survive?
What is Cornelius thinking?
Cornelius, while he may follow the god of chaos, it's also the god of humanity, and I feel like he's happy that we've succeeded in our mission, even if we had to sacrifice ourselves.
Good. Minnie watches from a safe distance with the fly spell, and as the light expands and burns away from the temple, rays are more and more gentle, and by the time it passes over her, it simply singes her with third-degree sunburns, or second-degree sunburns, leaving her alive. She can come back to the temple. She can look for the Philosopher's Stone, because certainly in all of the chaos, in all of the things that are happening here, it might have fallen, might have moved, might not be in the same place. Minnie will make a perception check amongst the desert stones to see if she can find the Philosopher's Stone. And she does not. It's gone. She uses detect magic and she can't find it. And she determines it must be gone. Must have been completely used up. With a heavy heart, Minnie will return home. She'll head back to High Castle. She'll tell the people there of the journey she went on with these clerics. The dwarf king deep under the mountains will tell his people. Everyone throughout the land will see the sun burning bright and casting a beam of light down in the direction of Heatstroke. Everyone will know that something has happened, something great. When Minnie and the dwarf king tell their tales, they will be spread slowly but surely throughout the land of Arcadia and to the shores beyond. And when none of the clerics return, everyone will know of your sacrifice. Good game.
Sweet. Nice work. Just for my own knowledge, is that the flesh gone now from around Heatstroke? Is the last of the demons now gone?
Well, when you got here, the demons were all zombies and skeletons.
Yeah. So they're all undead now. So
So
presumably
why were they zombies or skeletons though?
Because they were dead.
Why were they dead? And how do they get turned into zombies or skeletons? You don't just die and get raised as a zombie, right?
I think I just assume that, the Dracissian Queen nephew fucked them up, and then maybe like Count Vicious or something, or just one of the necromancers took the opportunity. But I don't suppose it really matters. I just was wondering if that's the end of that now, if Heatstroke can be lived in again.
The undead are burned away from heat stroke during the daylight. There are probably some still indoors who might lurk in the corners, but they will be much, much easier to deal with now. And eventually people will come back. This is a holy site.
Nice.
Even more holy now than before.
All right. And we've come full circle.
Yeah.
We
That's
did
it.
it.
Well done, everybody.
Congratulations to our players. I'm glad you survived.
Ish.
I didn't know
We
if
didn't
you were
survive.
going to. Well, I'm glad you accomplished your quest.
Yes. That's more like it. We did not really survive, but we did it.
I was deeply concerned that Berthold would misuse the stone and
Yeah.
bring everyone down to their deaths.
Same Z's.
Why didn't you go through with your spell? Your turning, Berthold.
Oh, I mean, my god gave me a last second warning just before.
I thought somewhere in that heart of yours you were gonna do it anyway. To practice.
Better practice.
I can't disregard a warning from Tempos himself.
Excellent.
I knew he was one of the good ones.
One of the good
The
ones.
good
He's a good one.
faithful cleric.
He's a good lad.
I'm
What
really
about you, cleric of Malchus? Why didn't you try to do something chaotic in all this at the end?
What, when we were getting attacked?
Or before, when we got excited about using the stone?
I probably would have, but I just saw that Berthold was already going to do something with it, so I could just support that action instead.
He was on the case of chaos for you.
I also thought it not only would it be chaotic, but I also thought it was kind of logical, so it's like a win-win for me.
Well, congratulations, everybody. This was fun. Thank you for
Yeah.
indulging me on my silly little idea of, Jen's silly little idea of an all cleric campaign, which we got to
It's
turn
been
into
brewing
this.
for years.
Yeah.
Ever since playing second edition and seeing multi-cleric spells, I wanted to try a second edition all clerics group.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, we did it. Also, shout out to the 10th anniversary, at least of I know playing with you,
Yeah,
Neil and Ryan.
The three of us
Yeah.
started our
OG.
first D&D game 10 years ago on Saturday.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I feel like we were kind of like Twitch pioneers in the D&D space.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I agree.
100%.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool thinking back on it.
Yeah,
I think you can take full credit for the explosion of D&D that's happened in the last 10 years. I think it's pretty much entirely Breger's Boys.
Brago. Yeah.
I still,
we've like
I
rigors.
still have
yes.
from the original season. I still have 3 posters,
Yeah.
sealed.
Oh, I also have some as well. I
Yeah.
have 2 or 3 also.
Sitting
Yeah.
in a tube in a closet somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I brought one to an event near my place. I thought, I didn't think anybody random in Montreal would care, but I found someone. I did a tweet and the guy was like, "Oh my god, please give me that poster. I'm gonna die." And I was like, "Hell yeah. Have that poster with all of my love."
Nice. Well, everybody, it's been fun, but I think this is where we say goodnight and goodbye. Before
Yeah.
you go, everyone, do check out the Twitter handles that or the Twitch handles you can see above everyone's heads, and go check out their pages. And hopefully, we'll catch you all again another time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
See you on Wednesday.
Bye.
Cool. Bye, everyone.
Thank you for watching. Thank you, everyone.